till now, before Operation Sindoor, even where Balakot was concerned, there were quite a few who had raised questions whether or not Balakot has happened. Because this time around, satellite imagery, visual proof, videos have flooded, social media to get a larger understanding that India hit and India hit hard. I want to take you through some of the damage that India inflicted on terror camps that India hit, terror launch pads that India hit, as far as the province of Punjab in Pakistan, which housed the headquarters of the Lashkar-e-Taiba and the Jaish-e-Mohammed. I want to take you through some of the satellite imagery that is coming through. You can take a look at the screen. Markaz Subhan Allah, this is Bahawalpur. This is the nerve center of terror for the longest time. And you can actually see right here, I can point out, if you can see these two holes, these two holes, viewers, are where the missiles fell. The Hammer missile fell right through, and you can see these holes and the crater that it actually caused. Let's quickly move on to other satellite images. This is also once again from the same building in Bahawalpur of the night of May 7th, 2025. And you can once again see right there, if I can point out to you, this big gaping hole which was caused by the Scalp missile which was used. This was the residential quarter of that masjid which housed terrorists, viewers. The other image, this is the entire mosque hall completely targeted in Bahawalpur. You can clearly see the damage right there. So all of these are visual imagery, satellite imagery that is coming in to point out at the Markaz Taiba in Muridke the kind of damage that India's missiles did on the 9th of the 7th of May, where India attacked 9 terror launch pads in Pakistan. I want to cut across Ankit Kumar, my colleague, who's going to talk us through this satellite imagery. And he's going to take us through one by one, because all of this, images don't lie, viewers. And you can easily see one by one as we take you through these images on the kind of damage India inflicted through the course of the night of 7th May. One by one, you can see the gaping holes here. You can see that entire building completely turned to rubble. And this was the headquarters, viewers, in Muridke of the Lashkar-e-Taiba, right there as well. And this was Muridke, Pakistan. We also showed you Bahawalpur, where you can see gaping holes in the masjids there, which was the residential quarters of terrorists. Once again, let's cut across to Ankit Kumar, who is joining us, who is going to take us through all the latest that is coming in. Okay, we're going to go to Ankit in just a short while, but let's take you now one by one of all the reports that have been filed by my colleagues at the LOC, because Pakistan has made a clear attempt, viewers, to come after civilians. India was clear that civilian population was not attacked, but Pakistan have no such qualms. 16 people have died. Indian citizens have died, which include 5 little children. India will pay back in equal measure, already has, through the course of this morning, a proportionate retaliatory response. Listen in to all these reports filed by my colleagues.
Caught in the crossfire of India-Pakistan escalation of tension, there are civilian casualties. At least 10 people have died here in Poonch, and meanwhile, several of them are injured. We are speaking here to several of the victims who are getting treatment here at Poonch Hospital at a time where times are uncertain. It can be shelling at any point of time. But meanwhile, we speak to him. उस टाइम क्या हुआ था, आपको चोट कैसे लगी और क्या मंजर था उस समय?
मैं रात के 1:30 बजे फायरिंग शुरू हुई, तो हम यहाँ काम करते हैं, हमारा कारोबार है यहाँ पे। हम घर जा रहे थे सुबह 7 बजे। सुबह 7 बजे जब हम घर पहुँचे, नीचे चौक में पहुँचे, तो वहाँ शेलिंग हुई हमारे ऊपर।
जो कैजुअलिटी होता है इस तरह से, और जो बच्चे होते हैं, आप देखिए रुखसाना है, 12 साल की हैं, शायद उन्हें पता भी नहीं कि ये भारत पाकिस्तान के बीच में जिस तरह से चल रहा है टेंशन क्या है, लेकिन उसका खामियाजा बच्चों को भी भुगतना पड़ रहा है। उनके बड़े भाई हैं, लियाकत हमारे साथ हैं। लियाकत जी, क्या हुआ था, कैसे चोट लगी आपकी बहन को?
1:30 बजे रात से लेके सुबह 11-12 बजे तक फायरिंग चली। सुबह 8 बजे हम घर में थे, पूरा परिवार अंदर था। मकान के छत के ऊपर गोला गिरा, छत के ऊपर नीचे थे, ये नीचे आ गए बच्चे, दूसरों को भी चोट लगी लेकिन वो बच के, इसके ज्यादा चोट आ गई।
एक मंजर है यहाँ पे अस्पताल में, क्योंकि यहाँ पे जीवन और मौत के बीच में जूझने वाली बात है, लेकिन उस बीच में पाकिस्तान से आई शेलिंग, सिविलियन एरिया को टारगेट करना अपने आप में, और इस बीच में यहाँ पे जितने लोग हैं वो यहाँ पर अपनी ट्रीटमेंट भी करा रहे हैं उस वक्त जब शेलिंग कभी भी हो सकती है। कैमरा पर्सन गिरीश के साथ कमलजीत संधू, Punch, Ground Zero.
7:30 a.m. in the morning when Pakistan resorted to firing heavy artilleries on the civilians in Punch, and one of the shell that fell exactly here in the Gurudwara Punch. When we know the casualty gone more than a dozen in Punch, there was one shell that fell right here, and the magnitude of that explosion that took out almost everything around, and the sprinters, the shrapnels that fell all over here in Gurudwara. And look at these marks of the shrapnels. So all these glasses were broken. They deep penetrated even the metal windows here in the Gurudwara, and the piece of the shrapnels can be visibly seen here in the Gurudwara premises. And just 24 hours of the Pakistan's provocation, indiscriminate shelling in Gurudwara, it is the faith of the people, it is the patriotism of the people of the Punch. They are giving tough response to Pakistan that they are not going to deter. It's the sense of patriotism. The Gurudwara this morning yet again opens for the prayer, for the people, Vaheguru chanting. People with their faith and belief have come back to Gurudwara, showing that Pakistan's any unintentional such kind of provocations will not deter us, will not deter the armed forces. It's a faith of the people that have brought them all here to this Gurudwara in Punch, which came under the attack of the heavy shelling of Pakistan just 24 hours ago.
We are in village Makhanwindi, and you can see the explosive out there in the fields of the village. This is right close to the J2 wall where the report was shown earlier. But this is the explosive which is right now also lying in the fields of this village. You can see this is a big explosive which is there in the field, and you can see, and the people will talk to the people also. हाँ जी, क्या हुआ था रात को, आपको क्या देखा आपने?
रात को सर 1 बजे ब्लास्ट हुआ, उसके बाद हम घर की छत पे गए। उसके बाद एक के बाद एक 5 ब्लास्ट हुए। जो 5वां ब्लास्ट था ना, वो आसमान में बहुत जबरदस्त अग्नि हुई, फायर हुआ।
ये एक्सप्लोसिव कब दिखा आपको? ये
तो अभी पता चला जी, ये तो 9 बजे के करीब पता चला जब वो गांव के लोग बाहर को आए
यहाँ पे।
हाँ बिल्कुल, ये ऐसा पता ही नहीं था कि ये
मक्खन। क्या नाम है, बताइए क्या हुआ था रात?
सुखचैन सिंह चन्ना। ये जी रात 1:05 ਦੇ ਬਲਾਸਟ ਹੋਏ ਆ। ਇਹ ਇਧਰੋਂ ਚੀਜ਼ ਆਈ ਆ ਕੋਈ, ਰਾਤ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹਵਾਈ ਜਹਾਜ਼ ਆ ਕੇ ਡਰਾਉਣ ਆ। ਉਹ ਜਦੋਂ ਲਾਲ ਬੱਤੀ ਉੱਤੇ ਜਗਦੀ ਚਮਕਾਰੇ ਪੈਂਦੇ ਸੀ ਉਦੋਂ ਬਲਾਸਟ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ।
All right, let's cut across to the relentless team of India Today reporters who've been cutting across the LOC, which India shares with Pakistan, and filing in reports. I want to cut across to Asim Bassi, who's joining us from Amritsar. Anmol Bali is joining us from Gurdaspur. Kamaljeet Sandhu joining us from Punch. Amit Bharadwaj, Uri, and Shivani Sharma once again from Uri. Shivani, the next 48 hours crucial. Once again, Pakistan could escalate.
Preeti, next 48 hours are crucial because Pakistan can retaliate, and the forces are on a high alert along the line of control and also the western border, where Pakistan attempted to target the military installations across the length and breadth of the border states in west part of India, be it Punjab, be it Rajasthan, be it Jammu and Kashmir, from where we are reporting right now. And Indian forces are on a high alert with all the assets in place, the S-400s, the Akash missiles, the other air defense systems that are in place right now. So everything is in place and the preparedness is high, alert is high at the LOC and also on the skies, Preeti.
All right. So all eyes are tuned in. You can see the skies, you know, because the lights are out where Shivani is, and you could see the skies at the back. I want to cut across to Asim Bassi from Amritsar. Amritsar, Gurdaspur, Asim Bassi will see blackouts now starting today.
Yeah, yesterday also there was a huge blackout an entire night in Amritsar, and today also the Gurdaspur will wear a blackout look. Today also I am at a village where the Pakistani missile was shot down by the Indian troops. This is the same village, and still their troops are on alert here. The cops are there, and in the border areas also the army is very, very vigilant along the Atari, because the Indian troops have hit Lahore also, and right next there is Amritsar, which is on a very, very high alert, especially the bordering areas. The army has been put on very high alert. The education institutions have been closed in Amritsar till 11th. The airport is closed till 10th. So taking no chances, the Indian troops that gave a befitting reply to Pakistan are yet again on a very, very high alert in Amritsar, which is a extremely sensitive and strategically important border area.
All right, from Amritsar, where there was debris of the drones which India had neutralized, I want to also cut across to Anmol Bali, Gurdaspur. Anmol Bali, Gurdaspur today from 9 p.m. is going to see an indefinite blackout lasting, we still don't know, but it starts today.
Preeti, basically it was seen after escalating tensions between India and Pakistan. Today, Gurdaspur administration has imposed a complete night blackout from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning, and police is on the ground. And not only Gurdaspur, other various districts, Amritsar, Pathankot, are on high alert at LOC, and people are embracing to markets to buy essentials for the night. And essential services like hospitals and central jail will be given power supply, but even they are asked to close the windows and doors so that light could not leak, because today it was seen that various attacks were made by Pakistan, and especially various places in Punjab, the bordering Amritsar, as well as non-bordering Jalandhar.
So to make sure that light doesn't leak, and a complete blackout starting 9 p.m. in Gurdaspur. Kamaljeet, the maximum civilian damage, collateral, has taken place in Poonch. What's the latest?
Well, the next 24 to 48 hours are extremely crucial. There's also intelligence input coming in. There's credible information with intelligence that there could possibly be a Fedayeen attack which could be launched by either Jaish-e-Mohammed or Lashkar-e-Taiba. This is what we're breaking to our new news viewers. This is also important because, remember, there has been an attack, Operation Sindoor, specially launched by Security Grid on these terror hideouts, and thereafter this is a very personalized attack as far as Lashkar is concerned, Jaish-e-Mohammed is concerned. They've had meetings with the Pakistani army establishment, and what is really coming out is that there's an attempt to show restraint as far as Pakistani army is concerned, to try and rein them in, because they know this could actually have a further escalation. So what we know is there is a high alert in both Punjab as well as in Jammu and Kashmir as far as Security Grid is concerned, as far as temples are concerned, and the river establishment which is related to dams. All these could be actually under a lot of terror radar, and that is why there's a high alert which has already been sounded. Remember, LOC and IB security is extremely tight, and meanwhile in hinterland also the security has been tightened after this alert.
Amit, what are you witnessing in Uri?
Well, Preeti, the security has certainly been beefed up in the Uri sector as well as Baramulla, and that happened after the noon, when we were looking at the visuals coming from Islamabad and Rawalpindi as well. So certainly there was security being beefed up in this particular area. One thing that is to be noted, people are hurt in the villages of Uri sector like Salamabad, and other related areas, but it cannot be a coincidence that the heavy artillery and shelling that is happening in this area ever since 1998, this is the first time they are witnessing such an artillery and shelling. It also happens to be a fact that in Salamabad you have Salamabad Power Project 2. The NHPC project is in another area where this heavy shelling and artillery has been launched by the Pakistan. So they are also possibly trying to attack our establishments in these crucial sectors. Back to you.
All right. With all our reporters, good luck, be safe. We're going to continue to come back to you. Thank you for joining us.